the station that's on your side. This is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Well, up next, we'll share important things to watch if you're planning to buy a home this year. Stay with us. Welcome back to Good Morning Arkansas. Joining me today is Patrick Dennis, a loan officer with Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, and you're here to talk to us about home ownership, trends, and other factors that affect home buying decisions this year. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, to start off, what would you tell someone who is interested in buying a home in this year, 2022?
So going forward in 2022, I think you have to kind of look back to and see what we've done over the past 2.5 years. We've had a red hot market where, prices have gone up. We've had incredible rates, record lows. You have high demand and low inventory, which has been true for the past 2.5 years and across the country, really for the past 5 years. I think you're going to see more of the same, but you're also going to see rates start to creep up a little bit as we go along, maybe a little bit in the first quarter, definitely the first half. Your big key is you have to be ready. If you're going to buy, whether it's next month or October, you want to be ready now. Get yourself prepared because the sooner you do, the cheaper it's going to be for you.
Well, that's a great segue to the next question is how can a prospective home buyer be prepared into going in to buy a home?
So I think one of your big keys is to put a list together. I'm a list guy. You want to get that ready first. You want to have, what are your must-haves? Is it square footage? Is it, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, that kind of thing. School zones are very important for most people. Those are must-haves. You have also your wants, things you can do without, but you'd like to have: a third garage, a big backyard. Especially pandemic time, big backyard came in key for a lot of people. So I think those are some of the keys to start out with. And then it's important to make sure you get a good experienced lender and a good experienced realtor and build your team.
Well, no doubt that the home buying process can definitely be intimidating. So what advice do you have, or what would you just tell somebody who's looking to get into this process of buying a home, but maybe a little bit intimidated by it?
Yeah, so don't be so much intimidated as we talked about. Be prepared, and let's go back to that team. The team is huge. If you've got somebody who's experienced on the lender side for you, get them lined up. You want to figure out what is your budget. What can you afford? What monthly payment can you really deal with? And that's, you start out doing that by getting pre-qualified. And one of the bigger things too, and we just saw it twice this week, or I did, when a house goes on the market, it's getting 6 and 7 offers at a time. So you want to know what your max purchase price is. So say you have a $200,000 house you're bidding on, can you go to 220? Because that might be what it takes. So as long as you've got that pre-qualification, you know what your numbers are, and you've got that ready, you should be in good shape. And then get the lender first, then the realtor, because a realtor really won't talk to you unless you're pre-qualified.
And as a lender, what can you tell us about loan programs or just what's new in 2022?
Yeah, so first of all, there's several different loan programs. Just to mention a few, you have FHA, you have conventional, we have VA loans for deserving veterans who fight for our freedoms. Lots of different options, and with the rising prices out there, the loan limits have been risen as well. I want to say FHA was at $356,000 for a loan limit. FHA is now at $420,000 and change. Conventional rates, loan limits went up to $647,000, which is amazing. And that was in the mid fives, 584, I believe. And the key is to know that what the loan limit means is above that loan limit, it turns into a jumbo loan, which adds possibly 3/4 of a point to the rate. It can add layers of risk to the loan, more underwriting, more assets required. So with that jump to the 420 for FHA and 647 to conventional, that's a huge deal. It opens up the door for a lot of buyers.
And besides increased loan limits for FHA loans, what else should we watch for in 2022, or what trends do you expect to see?
Yeah, so I think when you look at it, the bigger trends are going to be this rise in rates. I mean, it's going to creep up. Hopefully it's going to creep up. We don't have that crystal ball to tell what it's going to do as we go along. But as you're seeing that, I mean, if you do I say they're going up, but we're still in the 3s and possibly into the low 4s this coming quarter or the half. Historically, that is ridiculously low. In the 90s, they were 12%. In the 80s, they were 18%. I know that's going back a ways, but really, when you look at these rates, they're phenomenal. So I see that going up, and I don't see prices coming down on houses, and they could still trend going up. So again, back to that mantra: be ready, be prepared, get your ducks in a row, because the sooner you do, the cheaper it's going to be for you.
Well, if somebody is interested in going on this journey or learning more information, where can they go to speak more to you or somebody else at the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage?
Yeah, so you can reach out to us online. We're at blrmortgage.com. You can call us at the office at 501-219-9100. We're on Facebook, Twitter, all those usual suspects.
Okay, Patrick, good information from you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Ansley.